Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akian. Even the devil fears and trembles, okay? And while I was just scrolling through my feed, I saw this video. It was an ad-sponsored video by YouTube, right? From this musician Ed Matus. The devil believes in God. And here in Great Millstone, starting from the apostles and elders on down, so yeah, the elders and the apostles on down, we teach that this is actually true according to the scriptures. The devil, Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, and of course Esau Edom does not just believe in the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, but fears him as well. Okay, so because you have this doctrine in the Christian church, Wakitaki plantation Christianity, and that even reminds me, self, why don't we ask Voka whether this devil, the spiritual demon Satan, acts independently of the Most High, or whether he believes that Satan is under subjection to Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Okay, that will show you just how bugged out the Christian doctrine is. Of course, which of course we already know how bugged out it is, but these Christians are deluding themselves, thinking they have a leg to stand on against, the truth, which of course they don't. Okay, but when I saw this title right here, I saw this music video. I watched a little bit of it, a little bit of it. Not going to play it, because it's just there. Okay, not really great as music or anything like that. Just there. But when I saw this title, I know that I have to do a lesson on this. Okay, and before I go into the precepts, let me read the first comment. Of course, the devil believes in God. The devil isn't allowed to do anything without God's permission, and that is correct. Okay, you go into the scriptures and you see that same, you see that same, this same statement being, substantiated by the scriptures, basically. Okay, because Satan is not in control. Okay, he's not acting independently of God. He did not rebel against God. There was no war in heaven in that sense, and there's no war in heaven just yet. Okay, this is actually, let's just get some precepts. Okay, let's start from here. The precept that I quoted: even devils fear and tremble. All right. So this is the book of James 2, verse 19, and it reads, Thou believest there is one power, the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. And that's okay. The point right there, even Satan believes in the Most High. Even Satan fears and trembles against the Most High. Even Satan fears and trembles, before the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Okay, because it is already or it should already be a fact, because it should already be a fact. There's no rebelling against the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, because we are all under His control. The Most High is in control over all men on the earth, and guess what? Whatever Esau Edom is doing, okay, whatever he's doing, looking, in his so-called idea of rebellion, you say that, oh well, he's opposing the Most High, okay, but he was set up to do so, okay. He was set up to come against not the Most High Yahweh, but Hashem Yahushua, of course, but us, the Israelites, as the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, as adversaries. Okay, and he was set up to oppose our people, which are the Israelites. Once again, repeating that was what he was set up to do. Because let's go to that precept first. Deuteronomy 32, there is no power beside the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. So there is nobody that can actually, come against the Most High or oppose Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Okay. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39, and it reads, See now that I, even I am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And there is no God with him, because all of creation, okay, all of creation is subject to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Even the higher scriptures say that in Romans the 13th chapter, even the higher powers are subject to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and that's why they call him the Most High, because they are gods. I think that's even in a script, that's even a precept, that they are gods many, right? So let me see whether I can get that precept. Okay, First Corinthians 1 verse. So this is the book of First Corinthians 1 verse. And this is the book of First Corinthians 8 verse 5. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one power, the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, the Father of whom all things the father of whom so okay, I got a little excited. Let me start from the beginning. First Corinthians 8, verse 5. For those there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, and there are gods many because we as Israelites, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you are all gods. Psalms 82, verse 6. You are all gods because you are sons and daughters of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, okay? And there are lords many, and there are all lords as well. But there is one power, one God, the God of God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, okay? First Corinthians 8, verse 6. But to us there is but one power, the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahushai Hamashiach, by whom are all things, and we in him. Okay. And through the Most High Yahweh Shai were all things made, and there was nothing that was not made without him. And he has all of creation under his rule, all of creation under his subjection. Okay, let's get that precept as well to prove that, because the first thing you have to understand is that it is impossible, okay, impossible for you to call yourself rebelling against the Most High, because first and foremost, there is no such thing as free will, okay. The Most High is in control of all the actions of his creations. Daniel 4 verse 17. This matter is by decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. And that base man is the devil, okay, Esau, Edom, right? Because when we talk about the devil, we're talking about Esau, Edom, of course, and not even spiritual demon Satan, because you know that the spiritual demon Satan is under the control and under the rule of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh. This is what he was set up to do, okay? He was set up to bring judgment upon people out here, The Most High has set him up to be an angel of, basically, an angel on the left hand side. That's the term I was looking for, an angel on the left hand side, okay, because contrary to Christian belief, which is what the majority of the earth holds currently, the Most High is, let's get that, let me start right there. That should be in the book of Isaiah. I make peace and create evil. Yahweh do all these things, or he does all these things, he, Yahweh, does all these things, so like about that. I make peace and create evil. I form the lights and create darkness. Here it is. So this is the book of Isaiah 45 verse 5. I am Yahweh and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I gathered thee, though thou hast not known me. Okay, so anybody that says that, oh well, Satan is against the Most High, well, not really. Okay, he is still under the control of the Most High, because even Esau, Edom is not truly against the Most High. All right, he's against our people, the Israelites, specifically the elect of the nation of Israel, because that is ultimately the only people he can come against, okay? He's still doing the will of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, because he's only doing what he was set up on the earth to do. And how can we prove that? It's a very simple, through a simple question. Are we living in the days of prophecy? And the answer to that question would be yes. And if the answer to that question is yes, then that means that all the things that are going on the earth, including Esau, Edom, and him trying to make himself like the Most High by doing all this wickedness, going into the NWO, the MOTB, and so on and so forth. That means that it was all set up and prophesied before it happened by the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai through his servants, the prophets. So it was already known what they would do, and we know that these prophecies are, and we know that these prophecies are once again in control, in control by, or controlled by, the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. All right. Now this is the book of Isaiah 45 verse 6. That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I Yahweh do all these things. Drop down ye heavens from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness, and let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. For I, Yahweh, have created it. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say of him that fashioneth it, what makest thou? Or thy work, he hath no hands. Okay, and basically, because you are being created by Yahweh Basham Yahushai, you cannot come against Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Now we know that the spiritual demon Satan is still subject to the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Okay, and the proof of that is in the book of Job. Okay, in the book of Job, the first chapter and the second chapter, I believe. So I think that should be. I think yeah, it was the first chapter and the second chapter, or the first chapter or the first chapter and the third chapter. So this is the book of Job 1 verse 6. That there was a day when the sons of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came among them. And and Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, From going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it. Okay, and this is just showing you that one of the sons of the Most High, because once again, all of creation, the Most High created all of creation, that should be a foregone conclusion. But you have people out there that will tell you, well, there's this part of, and what how do they say it was God's blind spot, I'm thinking of something else, but there's this part of creation that things that exist that God didn't create, reptilians, Nephilim, that kind of thing, which is all bug out and madness, man. All the things that are on the earth, all of creation were created by Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Okay. And Satan is one of those creations, and what was he made for? To be the adversary, okay, against the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The opposite of God is not Satan, oh, please, I beg. The opposite of the Most High, there is no opposite. Well, there is no God before him, so there is no opposing force, okay? So people will say, oh, well, the opposite of God is the devil. No, there is no opposite for the Most High. The Most High he is the only one. You can't even say, well, the opposite of the Most High will be the Most High. There is just simply no opposite, okay? He is the one and only, he is the one. The only person, the only Israelite that can even say that. Because people will be out here saying, I'm that, I'm that guy, I'm that guy, I'm that one guy. I am the one. The Most High is the only person that actually holds that title, that he is the one. Going back to the Shammai prayer. Okay. Well, yeah, Satan is part of the part of the angels of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and is an angel on the left hand side. Hell, Esau Edom is an angel on the left hand side of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua as well. Anyway, continuing on. Job 1 verse 8. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High Yahweh, Basham Yahushua, and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Does Job fear the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushua for naught? Hast thou not made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will cause thee to thy face. And Jehovah said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh. And this is how, Satan was given the authority to actually attack Job, okay? Because he didn't just decide out of nowhere, let me get that nigga, let me get that Job, he's been, the Most High has been treating him good. Let me put a little something on him. That wasn't what happened, okay? The spiritual demon Satan came into the heavens, okay, and the Most High gave him that authority to tempt Job and to plague Job, okay, and that is how the relationship of Yahweh Basham Yahushai works, okay. That's why the scriptures say that I'm thinking of something else. There is a singer in Nigeria, basically going into Yahweh Basham Yahushai. When he says yes, nobody can say no. And when he says no, nobody can say yes. So nobody can actually oppose the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. So even the devil believes and fears the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. So let me also get this precept, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. And that is just to show you that not all spirits that are created are spirits created for only to do good things, okay? Because that is the folly that they teach in the Christian church, that all spirits are just created for good, all spirits are good, but they rebelled or they changed their hearts somewhere along the line, okay? Satan and the third of the angels, right, which is actually going into the book of Revelations, because these people out here, these Christians especially, they understand that a third of men, which is going into Esau Edom, is actually condemned right along with the devil, okay, which is the elites of Esau Edom, the beast and the dragon, which are the elites of Esau Edom, and the third of men being the entire nation of Esau Edom, because the Most High doesn't just judge individuals, he judges whole nations, okay. So all you Edomites out there that want to keep that want to try and wash your hands out of the wickedness that your people have done all throughout history, especially against the Israelites. I want to claim that, well, only the elites are truly evil, it's the governments, that kind of thing. Even though they are a partaker of the blood, okay. I think that's the precept right there. Are not them that are a partaker of the sacrifice. Anyway, they are, even though you are a partaker of the blood as well, and you are also, a part of the hatred, okay, and the wickedness. But that's beside the point. Okay, we're talking about, so you're going into Esau's judgment. You devils are going into slavery. So this is the book of Ecclesiasticus 39, and I'll start from verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So there are spirits that are created solely for vengeance, okay? And when they are sent forth, when it's time for them to do their job, they do their job and please the one that created them. And who created those spirits, who created all spirits? The Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, because even the scriptures call him the father of spirits, okay? So they were created solely for vengeance, okay? And let's get the definition of this word vengeance, which is once again going into judgment. There are spirits that are created only for judgment, to bring hell upon people. The condition, not the place, okay? And this is what you would call your evil spirit, your demons and your unclean spirits, so on and so forth. So this is vengeance. Revenge, taking for an insult, injury, or other wrong. Desire for revenge. Okay. So yeah, the Most High is plotting revenge, especially for our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, for what Esau Edom, the white man that is the so-called red man that is ruling over the earth today, hath done against our people. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Or the worm. It's like, let me get that preset. I forgot how it goes. Violence, you know. Here it is. Obadiah 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And this is your punishment, Esau Edom, because not all of our people went into captivity, well, in the transatlantic slave trade, of course, but all of our people have been plagued by you devils. The whole world has been plagued by you devils, okay? The devil once again being Esau Edom. So I think I'm just going to end the video right there. So with that, okay, the devil believes in God and he fears and trembles. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashai, Bahasham Racha Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit I hope you are and you are quite edified. Shalom.